okay, I want to ramble a bit, but I also want to, like, give you some form of a benefit because I've benefited a lot from free advice from the internet multiple times, and I feel like it should be a nice time to kind of give back a little bit here. If you are looking for a New Year's resolution and you want to like get like healthier and do more of the things that you want to do, this is the foolproof way of doing it, and that is to find ways to just spend less money. I am dead serious, and I'm gonna be drinking this as I go through the video because this really is unstructured. I just feel like talking really. But I wanted to go over a few things. Just pinching as much pennies actually is not the worst thing you can do as a New Year's resolution, and you'll actually get fitter for it. And here's why. I'll actually go over, where exactly to start. The first one is obvious, and you probably might have already guessed this. It was because everyone is swearing off alcohol a lot. If you want a way to save money, quitting drinking, even every week or every month, you will save tons and tons and tons and tons of money by doing that because I don't know what it is. I was kind of hitting the bottle myself last year because this last 2024 sucked ass for me. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of realized that really hitting the bottle is not as effective at all as you think it is. In fact, it's actually a maladaptive coping mechanism, much like cigarettes and weed. If you can find a way to quit like alcohol and cigarettes or cannabis, you will save tons and tons of money, and you'll actually operate better. I'm like 2 weeks sober basically, and I feel fucking fantastic. And the second one I'll go over is I guess thing number two to cut out is dining out. Seriously, it is fucking ridiculous. I know people were complaining for the past 4 years about, oh, inflation is making everything so hard to buy at a McDonald's or a Chili's or whatever. So, first of all, if you got the money to be, flaunting it and, going out to eat every week or every other day at a Chili's or even getting McDonald's, uh, you got money. So if you have the money for that, you have the money to save it, and you don't need to go to McDonald's, Chili's, or whatever. And I get it, I really do. I went to a Waffle House while I was in Florida, and I was invited to like several dine out places like Beef O'Grady's, like a big, franchise in Florida, at least where I was at. Uh, Looking at the ticket for all the menu items, like easily $20 for just like a burger and fries, and or maybe even just like, well, basically that's all I was getting in Florida anyway. It was, I kept getting invited out to eat by family, but when you look at the like ticket prices and the menus, it's fucking ridiculous, and you have to tip. Fast food is as well is super poisonous and really dangerous for you, and you're consuming carbonated beverages full of sugar, also known as soda. I have seltzer water. Even giving this up would be a really good idea, honestly, but I have like about 4 or 5 bottles left. I mean, seltzer is really good to like get off of like carbonated sugary beverages, but after in the long term, you're gonna want to stick with like tap water and wean yourself that way. But fast food and dining out is a big mistake. Like, I have had to talk to my dad about this. Like, he's just like, "Why are you going anywhere?" I had to keep repeating myself, saying, "Going out to eat is so ridiculously expensive that it really has to be a treat. Like, that's what you have to reserve it for, and that's why you should really consider not going out to eat so much." And cooking at home actually and doing batch cooking is a really good idea. In fact, the Joy of Cooking book that I have in my kitchen is something I got for free. Invest in getting the Joy of Cooking cookbook. You will learn so much more amazing recipes. Even just flipping over the box for like stuffing or something will make it a lot easier for you to just straight up save tons and tons of money, and you'll actually develop a new skill that a lot of people seem to be forgetting. It's kind of sad. uh, so that is one way that you can easily, substitute something in. Like, so I guess I have like two healthier financial substitutions: seltzer water and just taking up a way of batch cooking. It doesn't matter really what it is. I found that, you will save way more money batch cooking like curry rice, chili, or soup, or even just learning how to cook like beef stew or bread actually is so economically advantageous. You save tons and tons of money. So the other, and I guess those are like basically a twofer there. So those are like huge ones that are not only healthier for you, but they actually save you tons of money. What else? Like, oh yeah, like if you're gonna go grocery shopping, don't buy like the cereals or snacks and shit. I have been so guilty of that for like 2 years now. And let me tell you something. If the fact that Frito Lay and their, shrinkflation and skimpflation is not enough to get you to kick that entire snack aisle out of the fucking picture, this is one that you should know, is that they're charging astronomical prices for crappy stuff. People have bitched at Frito Lay to get Doritos Jack back, and I was one of them. I totally get it, and I don't blame you. But in reality, you're better off just completely boycotting Frito Lay and all of the stuff, like even Takis and all that shit. I stopped buying Bulldog ramen. I usually like the stuff, but after a while, I was just like, this is disgusting. I don't know why I'm eating half of this crap. I mean, don't get me wrong. It like Bulldog curry ramen is phenomenal. That is like one of my favorites, but they don't stock it in stores anymore, and I'm not gonna shop through Amazon just to get it. It just seems ridiculous. So cutting out the whole entire processed foods and like cereals and snack aisles is a really good way to go. And cheeses, oh my god, cheeses are there, and that's the one that I struggle with probably the most. Uh, but just cutting out all the junky, like crappy food. You don't need RFK telling you about tartrazine to, scare you. Just look at the prices of the sticker shock. It's fucking ridiculous, right? Like, so just limiting myself to just vegetables and produce and meats and maybe and getting some rice and grains. I mean, you're never going to escape the processing from grains, really. You just can't win on that one, unfortunately. But you know what? At least you got something. I mean, there's flour that's ultra processed. Stick to that. If you're gonna be buying anything ultra processed, get like the bland stuff so that you don't want so much of it. That's something that I've had to teach myself essentially. Mm. God, it is so. And those are just like the ways that you can save money. You can do healthy substitution and all that with like fruits and vegetables and going to the frozen foods aisle. But I have just found it far easier just to kick snacks out because they're coming up with some of the most gross and disgusting concoctions. And the only way that possibly anyone will be able to even entice to eat it, even as a dare, is like the extra hot shit. Everything else in the snacks aisle just sounds fucking gross. And maybe it's me being old. Maybe it's me just not having taste buds, apparently. But yeah, you're way better off just not doing it. In fact, when I was looking back on some of the videos where I was like drinking a Snickers like iced coffee thing, it I look back at that and I was just like, wow, these things suck ass. They're just putting a label on anything and trying to get people to buy it, and it works. I saw it like Walmart when I was picking up Ziploc bags that they were had like Dunkin' Donuts and Native for some reason. I'm like, now you're just mashing shit together. Like, okay, Goku on Reese's Puffs, like that makes sense. It's orange and black. It kind of goes together, like in, superhero, right? You the stuff that's usually something you want to see, and kids recognize Goku. They want him. That's marketing genius. The rest of it, there's just like certain points where you're like, you're just mashing random shit together now. Like Flamin' Hot Funyuns, really? Native and Dunkin' Donuts. Squishmallows cereal. That is something I really saw. I might even publish a short about that. Um, I don't think it's me getting old anymore. I think that our society just really does buy fucking anything if you jingle the proper amount of keys in front of them. Like, if you have something super shiny like this, someone will probably buy it. I mean, I'm no exception. I'm not immune to marketing magic and propaganda, really. No one is. But at least if you recognize that, you can actually like start to save some hardcore cash. So those are really 3 tips that I got to kind of rattle off to you, and they are all great ways to get fit and not need a gym membership, because honestly, if you really think about it, gym memberships fucking suck. Gyms suck nowadays. They really suck. I mean, you will save money not going to the gym. In fact, I, over the course of like 2 years, have an elliptical right there and a set of free weights like somewhere over here that I've invested in. This had a those had a better return on my investment than any fucking gym membership could, because really, why would you want to go to the gym? It's full of just sweaty, smelly, just outright annoying people that are probably just too broke to, or just too averse to just having a one-time big ticket purchase of an elliptical or something, to the point where they'll just be like, oh, it's about the community. What community? You're there to go on a fucking exercise machine and lift some weights and leave, and maybe take a shower and get gawked at. It's fucking weird. I don't understand people in the gym. Gym people are just, I don't get it. You have to explain that to me and ask how you're saving money, because one-off purchase of an exercise machine, you will have a higher rate of saving money than at a gym membership where you're constantly paying like every single month or every year for a gym membership, and they're like, oh well, and then they throw in some shit that you'll never use. Like, seriously, like, set up an exercise machine like I did in front of like a computer here and put on something I can't say on YouTube, a specific thing that will magically make ads disappear, and you will find that it is far more tolerable, and if you're an introvert, you will be in fucking heaven. You can be on your phone for as long as you want. You can start doing your free weights. If you want to up your weights, it's actually not even that hard to do. Okay, so you will save money on your gym membership by investing in a home gym, honestly, which I really would love to have. So, and if your goal is to have a home gym, that's it. Just do yourself a huge favor, make that one-off purchase at like Dick's Sporting Goods or something, have it delivered to you, and bada bing, bada boom, you're good. Uh, because I gotta say something about gyms. Like, you are paying a lot of money to be miserable. I don't understand it. Like, you think you're having fun, but you're not. So it's like you have to, and like especially if you have the people that want to fucking initiate a conversation with you, or God forbid they just decide to get on the machine next to you, even though there's like billions, and you're clearly looking to be left alone and just do your workout. There is no better workout killer than other people at the gym. I swear to fucking God, it's true. Mm. Yeah, and you don't even need all the stupid powders or whatever people try to market to you, or like even just having multivitamins is easy enough to just have, and like essential fatty acids. Even then, that's a lot of money. Like maybe just sticking to a multivitamin is for the best for you. And so I guess that's my fourth tip already. God, what else? What else have I done to save money? Honestly, I mean, eating out less is pretty much one of the best ideas I've ever had. Oh, yes, this is the one I was thinking of. Oh, excuse me. Find free or extraordinarily cheap hobbies. Gaming has become ridiculously expensive. I don't know if anyone has been catching on. They're like, oh yeah, well, compared to the 1980s, gaming is really, really cheap now. But when you look at the sticker shock, you're still looking at games in AAA games that charge like what, $80 a game, and they're having DLC and microtransactions, and there's microtransactions somehow finding their way into single player games. Really? Do you need to be spending that kind of money? No, fucking course not. You could literally, I think even Deltarune is coming out this year, and that's going to be cheaper than any AAA game, and you're probably going to get a better experience out of it. I mean, there is going to be people that hate it just because I guess there's LGBT or whatever in there. That doesn't even bother me. I just want to play a good fucking game. And if it's a good game, then yeah, I'll play it. And I already played Undertale. I just was like, all right, well, there's a sequel. This seems nice, and it didn't really bother me. But where was I? Oh yeah, that game was cheaper, isn't it? It's much cheaper than like all of the AAA bullshit that you see out there on the market. That I don't know about anybody else, but I do not feel persuaded by anything to buy a console or buy fucking anything. I mean, honestly, I could just download a Super Mario 64 ROM and I'll be fucking happy. Because that shit's free. I mean, literally. You could just go right ahead and download it. There's free emulator games that you could play right now if you want to just go ahead and have fun. Pokemon Puzzle League I found for free on an emulator site. You can find it. Making your hobbies stupidly cheap definitely works, and in the long run you will save lots of money, and you will be killing time pretty efficiently, honestly. um, or take up a craft, like learn a new language, at least that type of stuff. If you want to, like, spice it up, yeah, go for it. Learn how to cook if that's your thing. See, I just came up with 5 tips on how you can literally have a better mind, a better body, and honestly, probably even a better soul if that even exists. Just a better, like, just mind body sync that'll make you feel at ease more. And you will find that just doing those 5 things, you'll have more money in your pocket to do whatever you want. Like, the effects are almost immediate. And just and you will also feel healthier. Like, maybe there are some cases where you might not lose weight as fast as you might have liked, but really, you'll be way better off. So I know this is just me spitballing the shit and just posting this, but y- there is a lot of stuff that you can do to save money and it'll be better for you. Don't go into like these stupid programs like Noom. Don't look at like RFK Jr. and talk about like tartrazine and cry about that and use like news terrorism. Especially avoid the gym. That is such a killer, and it also pickpockets you for doing fuck all, really. Oh wow, they provided a locker. Yeah, I have a locker. It's called a closet, and I have my own laundry machine and showers right next to where I exercise. I don't need to spend money to go to Planet Fitness or Anytime Fitness or whatever the fuck it is to simply just get my cardio in for the day. It doesn't it's just so stupid to me. And you will, if you do out the math, I assure you, one lump sum on an elliptical and some free weights will beat the gym for years and years. So, and just cut out crappy foods. Don't dine out unless it's like a treat or a date or something. I mean, I can understand, but and just find some cheap hobbies. All right, I'm done rambling about how you can save money. And this is like free advice, all for free. And if you come up with others, sure, share them in the comments section. I'd love to see what you come up with as far as other ideas, because I know I've been guilty of going to the snack aisle last year and hitting the bottle. And I think making this video will also show me, you know, that I should practice what I preach. And that is basically my New Year's resolution is I'm going to actually go out of my way to do that. I already pre-recorded a shit ton of stuff. So obviously there's going to be me hitting the bottle in that. So go easy on me. But other than that, happy 2025. Hopefully you can finally save up for that house that you've been looking to get for the longest time by doing these easy steps. And I get it if you're living with your parents or have roommates. I mean, just to save money. I understand completely why you wouldn't want to do that, but just suck it up for a little bit longer. I assure you that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I didn't believe it myself, but here I am with my own home as well. So, thank you for watching. I guess check out my other crap. I post cat videos. I have a long play of me playing Millennium and occasionally drinking beer from that I have basically bottled up from last year. I did intend that pun, by the way. I feel like that was clever. And I'm gonna go now. Bye.